For centuries, the West wrote the world's story, but today, on January 10, 2026, the narrative has shifted. Decisions in Beijing, New Delhi, and Seoul now shape our global future. The center of gravity has moved east, not as a prediction, but as our present reality. Asia is making the decisions that will define this century: trade, technology, climate, and peace. This is the most significant geopolitical shift of our time. It's not just about economics or military might. It's a transformation in ideas, culture, and influence. The smartphone in your pocket? Likely designed or built by an Asian company. The music and movies you enjoy? K-pop, Bollywood, and Chinese sci-fi are now global phenomena. The old maps of power are obsolete. Asia is not just rising, it's arrived at the center of global affairs. Understanding this new reality is essential for everyone, everywhere. Business leaders, students, and policymakers worldwide must now look east. Asia's rise brings both opportunities and new challenges. The world's stability depends on how these new powers interact. The story of Asia is now the story of the world. We are witnessing a great rebalancing of global power. For the first time in centuries, the world is truly multipolar. Asia is at the heart of this transformation, writing new rules for the global order. This essay will explore how this happened. We'll look at the history, key turning points, and the human stories behind this shift, and we'll examine what it means for our shared future. Why does Asia command our attention? Start with the numbers. Over half the world's population lives here. What happens in Asia affects humanity on an unmatched scale. The continent tackles poverty, health, and education at a scale that shapes global solutions. Asia's no longer just the world's factory, it's the world's largest marketplace. Its middle class is booming, driving demand and innovation. Asian companies lead in tech, pharmaceuticals, and more. When Asian markets move, the world feels it. Asian nations are now major players in global institutions, shaping international decisions. Projects like China's Belt and Road Initiative and India's energy choices have global impact. Asia is an active shaper of global trends, not just a follower. Culturally, Asia's influence is surging. Ancient philosophies meet cutting-edge science. Asian universities and scientists are at the forefront of AI, biotech, and renewables. This intellectual dynamism is reshaping global ideas. Ignoring Asia means ignoring the future of human progress. Its demographic, economic, and cultural power is transforming the world. Asia's story is now everyone's story. The future is being written here. To understand Asia's present, we must look at its colonial past. European rule left deep scars, disrupted economies, instability, and a hunger for self-determination. The struggle for independence forged new national identities and a drive for modernity. After World War II, Asian nations gained independence, but faced poverty and daunting challenges. Early decades were marked by slow progress and Cold War pressures. Many tried state-led socialist models, but these often led to stagnation. The world saw Asia as poor and conflict-ridden. But beneath the surface, a shift was underway. Leaders realized isolation wasn't the answer. Engagement, trade, and education were key. This wasn't about copying the West, but adapting strategies to Asian realities. Pragmatism replaced ideology, unlocking Asia's potential. The intellectual shift set the stage for economic miracles. Asia's transformation began with a change in mindset. The continent was ready for a new dawn. China's transformation is central to Asia's rise. After decades of isolation, Deng Xiaoping's 1978 reforms changed everything. It doesn't matter if a cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice. Pragmatism over ideology. Special economic zones and market reforms unleashed entrepreneurial energy. Hundreds of millions lifted from poverty, the largest in history. Cities like Shenzhen became global tech hubs. China became the world's workshop, then moved up the value chain to high-tech products. Infrastructure and education investments fueled this rise. The story of Wang, who went from factory worker to business owner, mirrors millions of Chinese lives. China's rise wasn't just about cheap labor, it was about ambition and innovation. The global economy was fundamentally reordered. China set a new benchmark for development. Its awakening sent shockwaves worldwide. The dragon's rise changed the world. Before China, the four Asian tigers, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore, showed the way. From the 1960s, they transformed from poverty to prosperity through export-driven growth and strategic planning. Governments invested in education and pushed industries to compete globally. South Korea's journey from war-torn nation to tech powerhouse is a prime example. Economic success created a stable middle class and improved quality of life. Kim Min-jun's family story, from rice farmer to engineer, captures this transformation. The tigers inspired Southeast Asian nations like Malaysia and Thailand to follow suit. Even the 1997 Asian financial crisis became a lesson in resilience. The region emerged stronger and more integrated into the global economy. The tigers' roar echoed across Asia. Their model proved rapid development was possible. Asia's dynamism became unstoppable. India's path was different, democratic, but hampered by a closed bureaucratic economy. The license Raj stifled growth for decades. In 1991, a crisis forced sweeping reforms. Markets opened, barriers fell, and foreign investment arrived. This quiet revolution sparked India's rise. The IT sector boomed, connecting Indian talent to the world. Millions found new opportunities, and a confident middle class emerged. The story of a Bangalore programmer coding for a New York bank became a symbol of India's global integration. India's growth is driven by services and domestic consumption, not just manufacturing. Progress is noisy and chaotic, but resilient and innovative. Today, India is among the fastest-growing major economies. Challenges remain, but the giant is awake. India adds a powerful engine to Asia's growth. Its journey is reshaping the world. Asia's rise is powered by technology and ambition. The continent leapfrogged old tech. Millions skipped landlines and went straight to smartphones. Digital wallets and apps are transforming daily life, even in rural villages. Massive markets allow rapid innovation and testing. Governments invest in digital infrastructure and tech-friendly policies. There's a unique optimism. Many Asians trust technology to improve their lives. Take Budi, an Indonesian farmer. A simple app now helps him boost his yield and income. This is the human face of Asia's digital revolution. Asia's tech prowess is reshaping geopolitics, fueling competition with the West. The race for AI, 5G, and semiconductors is fierce. China's digital Silk Road exports its tech and standards globally. The future of global power may hinge on who leads in technology. Asia is determined to win that race. The rise of Asia marks the end of a Western-dominated era. We now live in a multipolar world, with power shared among many. The G7 no longer steers the global economy alone. The G20, with Asian powers, is essential. New alliances and regional institutions are emerging, like the Quad and ASEAN. Diplomacy is a complex dance of cooperation and competition. Asian decisions ripple across the globe, affecting markets, climate, and technology. Internal Asian politics now have global consequences. We are all stakeholders in Asia's future. The continent faces challenges: inequality, environment, aging, and rivalries. But the era of Western dominance is over. A more diverse, dynamic order is being born. Understanding this new world is crucial for everyone. The 21st century's story is being written in the East. The future depends on how we engage with Asia's rise.